Hello guys, welcome back to General Chats. This is our, I'd say big, but it's not really that big milestone. This is our 20th episode. Although technically, for me, this is the 23rd episode I've recorded, so I'm already way past 20. But in terms of chronological order, this is the 20th episode of the show. And I guess I'm celebrating that with my Baby Yoda t-shirt. Now, I know there's no reason to need to get excited over the big 20th episode. So, today we're doing things a little differently. As, normally on the Friday episodes, I would postpone. Hang on, just trying to get hair off my box. Normally, I would recap all the week's TV on the Friday's episode, like Snowpiercer, Stargirl, The 100, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But this week, I will not be doing that. I will push all those to next week so we can talk about two lots of stuff in next week's episode. I say like next week, even though there's like still technically like 2 episodes of General Chats a week. It's just like I enabled it so I only have to record once a week, which I'm actually really enjoying, like kind of like the freedom that allows. So I say let's dive into the episode. Good. As you know, normally there'd be hashtag DVD of the week, but on Monday, as Mondays are new DVD days, 3 movies came out. So I'm gonna be, instead of like pushing them, doing like having each one be their own episode, I'm gonna talk about them all. So the first one is the 2019 biopic, A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood. So I watched it. It was actually really good. I mean, apart from like Toy Story, I don't think I've ever actually seen a Tom Hanks film. And I have to say, there's a reason he was nominated for an Oscar for this, because he was like really good actor in this. Sorry. Honestly, this was a really well-made film. And I have to say, honestly, it should have been nominated for Best Picture. It deserved that. I mean, because this movie was pretty good. It was also really well directed as well. And has a lot of heart in it. Good movie. Well earned these 5 stars. So yes, this will have to go on my top 10 movies of 2019 then. And if anyone tells me, oh no, it was released in 2020, first came out in 2019, so getting a little juvenile on this one. Ow, I'm just in my actions. Anyway, number 2 would be Sonic the Hedgehog. No, this is a really good film. This is actually a pretty good film, as you probably know from Doubtfully Optimistic. My favourite film is Detective Pikachu. And, well, this is almost like it. Almost exactly like it, which is why I guess I love this film so much. Great performance by Jim Carrey. Hey, kind of weird to see James Marsden in it, as when you get so used to seeing him in Westworld. because I've only ever seen him like two things before this, which would be the original X-Men trilogy and Westworld. But yeah, this was pretty good, and I think this was the director's first time directing, so impressive. But something really weird with it, because because when you play it, it's kind of like it's almost like they didn't bother to encode it didn't bother to like customize anything for the UK. It's just all pretty much like for the American, because at the start of playing the main feature, it just pops up with the MPAA rating, which is that's pretty weird. Anyway, the third film is Bloodshot, based on the comic book, which I've never read the comic book, and I'd actually never heard of the comic book before I heard about this movie. So I will have to say it's alright. I mean, the first time I watched it, I definitely enjoyed it more than the second time I watched, because I kind of felt like the second time I watched it wasn't really that well made, in part, but it also says there's an alternate ending. No, I don't know what that is, because I haven't watched the alternate ending, I just watched the regular ending. So yeah, I'd just say, yeah, all these films, Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood, Sonic, and Bloodshot, I'd recommend them all for like a watch. Definitely those first two. Now, I kind of like to talk about like what's going to be happening on General Chats over the next few weeks / couple months. Because as you know, the last episode of General Chats, not the last one I recorded, but the last one that aired, the Monday episode before this one, was the first episode of Ranked, and I've actually, so basically on preparing for Ranked, I had essentially recorded a whole bunch of episodes of Ranked. I recorded 4 episodes, I think. Yeah, so one of them I was ranking, Best Picture nominees from the last Oscars, and then the other 3, which are yet to come out, I was ranking the MCU phase by phase. I will do a big ranking on those. At some point, I need to like work on it. I need to work on the list. I haven't been, but that's my fault. Mainly because I've been busy working on the other ranking list, which would be for the Conjuring universe, because I will be ranking the Conjuring universe. Normally, what I did with the for the subjects of the first 4 episodes of Ranked, what I did is that I didn't rewatch any of the film. I just kind of like went from it off memory. But because the Conjuring universe is my favourite horror franchise, I kind of want to do it justice. So what I've been doing is, as I've been rewatching them, I've been making notes on the films. I've only watched the first 3 films, Conjuring, Annabelle, and Conjuring 2. And I've kind of been watching them like once a day. And, well, I'm recording this on a Thursday, out of 6. Kind of like out of when I like normally record on a Friday. But the one I will try to watch today is Annabelle Creation. And I'm going to watch every Conjuring Universe movie twice. First time, just kind of like go over, make my preliminary notes. First time I watched the release order. So I can like go over, see what they're like, make my notes. Second time I will be watching them in chronological order. And basically saying and going over for anything I missed. And I've actually never watched them in chronological order before, so it'll be weird. What I will say though is like I don't really want to spoil my rank, like what I've been doing for my rankings so far. I mean, I'm halfway through the franchise. But what I will say is, from watching the first 2 films, so The Conjuring and Annabelle, I have noticed there's a bit of a continuity error especially with Annabelle Comes Home, because The Conjuring and Annabelle kind of like sets up, the Warrens took the Annabelle doll in 1969, but what Annabelle Comes Home like kind of retcons later is that they pick up the doll in 1971, and then the bulk of Annabelle Comes Home takes place in 1972, like a year after they get the Annabelle doll. So I don't know if they plan to address this. Also, in rewatching Conjuring 2, I rewatched Conjuring 2 yesterday, is that hopefully they do the Crooked Man film, because he was such an awesome character in Conjuring 2. He did some very awesome stuff, which I will talk about in my ranking. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Crooked Man film, which they've been working on for like 3 years. So come on, hurry up. We currently have no Conjuring films scheduled for 2021. Well, we've had a Conjuring film a year, except for last year when we had 2 Conjuring films. We basically had a Conjuring film every year, except for 2015. The horror. Ironic. So hopefully there's a Conjuring Universe film next year. They are working on at least 2 films confirmed. A second Nun film and the Crooked Man film. There also might be a 4th Annabelle film, which honestly I'd like to see like some sort of direct sequel to Annabelle Comes Home, because before I started my grand like rewatch of the Conjuring Universe for ranked, I rewatched this one because it's my favourite Conjuring Universe film. I have to say, it was like pretty good. But because I watched it recently, I could tell like the continuity error from like the first from Conjuring and Annabelle. also for my ranking, I will be ranking the Quentin Tarantino films. I will start watching and ranking them after I do the Conjuring universe one, but I'm only going to watch those films once, because I'm watching Conjuring Universe 1 twice, because, well, A, it's my favourite horror franchise, and B, because there's two ways to watch them, in release order and in chronological order, which is like the order in which the films take place, and I've got that written on my whiteboard over there. Can you see it? Well, you might not be able to see it clearly, but yeah, it's written on my whiteboard. But I will also hopefully be doing an episode of General Chats where I'll be talking sort of like Conjuring Universe DVD versus Blu-ray. And that'll be pretty exciting. That'll be pretty exciting to do. Well, it'll be exciting for me. I don't know about anyone else. So yeah, in terms of ranked, definitely there's at least 3 more episodes of ranked, like, confirmed. Conjuring Universe 1, Quentin Tarantino 1, and all of the MCU ranked, except the TV shows. That is I am confirming that. But beyond that, I don't know, because there is like a lot of stuff I would like to rank. It's just a matter of actually like ranking it. Also, I don't know if any of you have been wondering, but doubtfully optimistic. We haven't been recording that, but I do know that we really want to. We actually recorded 4 episodes instead of the 3 that's on the channel. But basically, the episode 2, where we talked about the Tim Burton Batman films, that's basically like that was like the 4th thing we recorded, because like the 3rd episode was we were talking about animation, but Nathan said he didn't upload that because there's a big chunk of audio missing from the file or something. So I don't know, you'd have to go over to Doubtfully Optimistic and ask him. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. Apart from there was a bit of a TV breaking news the other day, in that Hartley Sawyer of The Flash has been fired for basically kind of like the same reason James Gunn was fired from Marvel. So I'm just not going to comment on it, except it's bad, kind of like a bad thing for the show if he got fired. Hopefully they've recast him, but that just means they have to reshoot a bunch of the season premiere that they had already shot before production shut down. And in terms of Batwoman, they're not recasting her, they're just creating a new character, like original to the show, and they're not killing off Kate Kane, they're just making her disappear. I've been very against this, like, oh yeah, they're not recasting, they're just making her disappear, because it just essentially makes the whole main cast, like, unimportant, just not invested in their stories anymore. It basically just makes like a whole lot of like what they've been setting up over season 1 essentially pointless. So I don't understand why they're doing this, as Batwoman had a decent, a good first season. But anyway, I guess that has been this this episode of not Doubtfully Optimistic. This has been this week's episode of, not this week's, but this Friday's episode of General Chats. At some point, I know, like last week, there wasn't a new From the World of Lenny and behind the scenes. I'm sorry about that. It's because I meant to record, but I didn't. I do have the script, the audio script for like the last 3 episodes of From the World of Lenny that I need to record. It's just a question of actually recording them, which I should be recording them. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Oh, wait, also, Mother Nature by Amateur is still continuing on Wednesdays, and after that concludes, I'm not sure if General Chats is returning to Wednesdays at that point, but at this time I would say no, it's not. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.